It's a final weekend of campaigning for the Manitoba election. Voters go to the polls on Tuesday, and a new poll suggests the progressive Conservatives do have an impressive lead. The Main Street research poll giving the Tories 46% support. The poll shows 21% support for the incumbent NDP government and just 7% for the Liberals and 7% for the Green Party. 20% of people surveyed said they're still undecided. Radhika Desai is a political science professor at the University of Manitoba. She joins us now to talk some more about that. Radhika, thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about what, during this campaign, the Conservatives have obviously been doing right.
Well, I think that they have certainly been relatively, how can I say, careful about presenting their programs. So de-emphasizing potentially unpopular policies such as cuts, etc. So on the one hand, they are saying that, they are going to cut taxes. On the other hand, they are saying they're going to preserve social services. And exactly how these things actually square, nobody knows. But Pallister has generally been quite evasive. We saw that in the various debates that have taken place in the province and more generally.
So are Manitobans not reading into the evasiveness then?
Well, that's a very good question, and I have to say that one needs to understand that polls are, after all, only polls, and there are many technical reasons why they have not been particularly accurate around the world, in fact, over the last many years and perhaps even decade or more, I would say. And that has to do with who they reach, who talks to them, what are the motives of the people who talk to them, etc. And there's a rich literature around that. So we don't know about the polls. Having said that, of course, the present lead is fairly strong right now. And I think part of the reason for that is that the polls themselves have created a certain type of momentum. However, let me say that all polls are provisional upon something unexpected happening. And I would say that since the last one was published, I think it was around April the 14th, we've had some very interesting news stories about how honest Pallister has been about the amount of time he spends in Manitoba, about his assets abroad. Just today, for example, I read on the Winnipeg Free Press website something that has late breaking news, basically, that he has also been rather cagey about the actual amount of assets he owns outside the country, in Costa Rica to be specific, in the context of a numbered company and so on. Now, mind you, he has said that he has complied with all the rules and regulations, but how this story plays out over the next 2 days, today and tomorrow basically is what we have, will definitely impact the election results.
Yeah, it could change the current as we head close to Tuesday. Let's talk about Greg Selinger for a moment. Do you think that he has disappointed the people of Manitoba? And if so, how has he done that?
Well, again, it's hard to say. I mean, certainly if you read the newspapers and listen to the radio and television, we are constantly being told that Salinger has been, he's disliked, even the word hated is used. But one does wonder who people are talking with, because, again, who these newsmakers are talking with. Because I would say that the party, certainly as far as the three parties are concerned, the Liberals, the Conservatives and the NDP does have the most fully laid out, costed program. I think the NDP has got the most credible case for having a program that supports social services, education, healthcare, and so on. And none of the other parties are offering that. And remember, at the national level, as a country, we have rejected the old style politics of slash and burn, the obsessive obsession with cutting deficits and so on. And I think that's what the NDP is offering. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of this does not manifest itself in the election results Tuesday night.
All right, we've got to leave it there. Political science professor Radhika Desai joining us today. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.